All right. Go ahead, guys. Dante, with the strides you made this year from 3-point range, just how crucial is that going to be in a series like this when they have a lot of versatile wing defenders?
Yeah, and I think I've said it kind of all year. I think with the ISO talent that we have with Kai and Luca, just being able to force double teams, it's going to be important just to be that spot up threat, and that's what I've just tried to do this whole year.
Dante, you do have NBA playoff experience, obviously, with Utah, but I'm also curious about your EuroLeague high leverage games, Barca, Partizan. How much do you think that helps as a training ground of high leverage type games that you're going to experience in the playoffs?
Yeah, no, I think it goes a long way. I mean, I played a 7-game series against the Clippers actually, and then 5 games in both my EuroLeague experiences. So it's definitely high pressure situations and just being able to perform when it matters most. But I think it's not looking forward to the later games, but taking the first game, and it's going to be that last quarter, that last 7 minutes when things start to slow down, and it's just kind of getting stops or getting scores, and that's the most important thing.
What have you liked about the way you collectively as a group have executed? You have one of the best clutch time records in the NBA this year. What did you like about how you fared and what you did effectively in those situations?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is everyone knows kind of what to do, and like you said, we've been in a lot of situations where we've had to play that. So I think no matter who's on the floor and kind of what lineup we have, everyone knows their role and kind of how to close out games. And we work on a lot of end game situations, end game plays, kind of what we expect to see from teams. So I think that's important, and just being prepared.
With the Clippers having so many Hall of Fame perimeter players on their team, how important is a guy like Derrick Jones as far as his defense was concerned?
Yeah, I mean defense. I mean the thing they always say is defense wins championships. So obviously that's something that we're taking very seriously. Not only D Jones, PJ, just the length that we show Gavin and Lively down in the paint. So I think that's important, and just being able to switch, and even Luke has made great strides in being a good defender and someone we can rely on.
What did you see from D Jones this year as far as being a lockdown defender?
I think he's just the relentlessness of him. He's going to pick up every time. He's going to take the challenge. I think when I check in and I look at him and I go, "Hey, you need a break?" He's always like, "No, I'm good. I got it." So, I think he's just a guy that wants to compete, a guy that's going to always challenge himself, and that's important. When you're going against guys that this with this offensive talent. So, yeah.
He spoke a little about the technicality that didn't allow him to make all team second defense. Just any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of stuff. I think you saw other guys going through it as well, and I even talked to him about it. But yeah, it's tough to when a guy deserves it to miss out on just technicalities. But I've always said awards don't make you. So I think we know what we have, and he knows how good of a defender is, and the reward's going to be in what he can do in the playoffs. So.
Dante, with these playoff practices starting, have you felt an increase of intensity with these practices compared to the regular season?
Yeah, no, I think. I think we've always kind of kept that. Obviously it's more focused. I think obviously when you can just lock in on one team, it makes it a bit more. Every day is coming in and this guy's this guy and what they do. So I think just in that stand, it's you can say it's become a bit more intense. But now with the practices, we've kind of been always like this and making sure that we're right and just working on ourselves as well.
You said awards don't make you to Derrick Jones Jr. What does make you?
Just going out, even just to be talked about it, and but I think the biggest thing is we know what he can do. Guys want to win awards and stuff like that, but I think at the end of the day, he would rather win a championship than win an award or whatever. And I think that runs deep in our team. So I think that's the most important thing.
How's it been to have Derrick back with you guys? kind of hopefully helping normalize things for him?
Yeah, no, it's been good. I mean, obviously, it's a difficult time, but I mean, hats off to him of how he's handled it, and I think just how the Mavs have helped him. That's been huge, and just being there for him every step of the way. And I know he feels that with the team as well. So.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks.
Do you see any signs? There's always the adage of rest versus rust. Do you see any indication of rust on y'all's part?
No, we never stop being in the gym. We working every day, so it can't be rusted. I mean, we playing, we going at each other, so we doing what we need to do.
With this new version of this team, you guys had that stretch where you lost 5 of 6 games. Defense was really struggling there. What changed? Was there a moment or something that you guys adjusted or something that changed to turn it around?
I just had to pick up a little bit more, pick up full court and hassle the ball a little bit more and just make the offense a little bit more disruptive. I felt like that was on me a little bit early on, so I just picked up a little bit more.
Was there somebody that had a message to the team? Was there a player or coach or something?
Nah, we all had the same mindset, so it was all everybody talking amongst each other, and we just came up with a solution.
What are some of the advantages to having all this time off to recharge your battery before the playoffs start?
Anybody that had anything, little nagging injury, any bang-up issue, they can get healthy now. Hopefully everybody healthy at 100% and ready to go.
What's the key from your point of view to go against defending guys like Kawhi and Harden, PG?
Treat them like they any other man. I just go out there and guard. I watch film. I look at people's tendencies. I watch what they like to do. I watch what they don't like to do. Try to make them do what they don't like to do a lot. So that's just what I try to do.
What does Kawhi not like to do?
Go left. And he can go left, but he want to go right, obviously. But
Derrick, with these marquee matchups, does it excite you when you're battling, you're defending the best players in the league?
that's just what I like to do, period. I mean, every game excites me, no matter who out there, whoever in front of me. I want to guard the best player. That's who I am, and that's who I'm always going to be.
Going off that, coach has expressed a lot of confidence in you to do that specifically. What does that mean to have his trust in that regard?
It means everything. I mean, every player wants the coach's trust. And, just from where I came from when I first got here to now having the trust of the coaches and my teammates, I mean, it's a big deal for me.
Have you noticed a shift in focus or intensity just from guys like Luke and Kyrie who've been on the stage before?
Yeah, of course. I mean, they're showing their leadership, and which they should be, and everybody else is following suit, doing what we're supposed to do. The guys that have been in the playoffs have been on teams that went on little runs. We all have words that we can give to each other. And we just gotta stick together at the end of the day and play together.
Jason has been citing your defense for quite a few weeks here, and I think people in the organization thought you were deserving, and I actually looked to vote for you second team All-NBA defense. Did you know that you were not eligible, or?
Nah, I seen it a couple days ago. My teammate Markeith, he had sent somebody had tweeted it out. He had sent a tweet to me, and I seen it. I was just like, it's crazy, but I mean, it is what it is. I ain't really tripping on it. I know next year I'm gonna get it, if not second, then first.
It's crazy in the sense, I mean, you played a lot of games.
Yeah, that's why it's crazy to me. I played 70+ games. For me not to be eligible is crazy. So it is what it is. I mean, we always got next year.
That's right. Okay.
The trades for Daniel and PJ, how much did you feel like those were defensive reinforcements to help you, and how much do you feel like it's played out that way?
Me and PJ, we take on the matchup on the wing, and Gaff and D-Live, they do their thing in the paint. And like with Gaff and D-Live, we have one that starts, one come off the bench, and there's no dip, there's no lapse when one goes out, one comes back in. They're almost the same person. One's a little bit more stronger and a little bit more experienced. But with D-Live, he learned a lot this year, and he did a wonderful job this year.
Did you feel a little bit less of the defensive burden once they got here, or did that really change much from your point of view?
I never felt like it was a burden defensively. Like I said, it's just what I like to do. I mean, personally, everybody like to score. I mean, I like to score too, but I like to make people upset, I guess. I guess you could say that.
Derrick, y'all were one of the top teams on the road this season, 6 over the course of the season. What characteristics of your team helped y'all perform well together on the road in preparation for games 1 and 2?
We just like early on in the year, we was harping on trust and chemistry, and we just banked on that. We trusted each other and made sure our chemistry was well. We always talking, we always chatting amongst each other, we always together. So, I mean, the chemistry and trust is there for us. So it's been working for us.
Thanks, Derrick.
All right. Timmy, he didn't practice illness. He'll join the team in LA.
Anything more definitive on D Live?
Yeah, he was good. He was good. He was good today. We'll look at tomorrow, but everything is trending in the right direction. He's been great with that second unit, and so he's ready to go.
Tim, are you guys ready to get this thing rolling?
Yeah, it's been a long break, which is not a bad thing. But I think we are ready. I think they're tired of being other players or practicing against each other. So yeah, it's going to start Sunday, and we'll leave this afternoon and get ready.
Do you think much about that sort of competitive edge thing during the week as you're going through this, or do you really worry much about them kind of losing that with a week off?
No, I don't think I'm worried about them losing it. I think it's just being patient, and then also, conditioning, making sure no one leaves hurt. Those are all things that you have to guard against. And so, again, to get through the week with no injuries is big, especially with the pace and how hard everybody's been going.
Jason, over the course of the week, how much have you been able to drill down on things specific to your system that you wanted to refine and clean up, and how much of it has been locking in on one opponent that you're going to see for the course of 2 weeks?
Yeah, we've locked in on one opponent, and so that's what it's been all about here for the whole week. Understanding the Clippers are a really good team. They have a lot of talent. Basketball IQ is extremely high, and they had a great coach in Ty. So we've been focused on them and trying to understand what's coming and what to expect on both ends.
Does leaving a day early, I know that's going 2 days early rather than one, does that give you a chance? Do you want to shoot at the gym in crypto tomorrow, since you're not going to have a shoot around with the early game on Sunday? Is that the thought process there?
The thought process is it's an afternoon game, and so we want to get to LA at an appropriate time and have time to practice tomorrow, where if we were here, practice would have to be a little earlier and we would have to leave. So to leave this evening, Smooth is having dinner for the team at his restaurant tonight, which is cool. And then to be able to have practice and walk through for the Clippers tomorrow, because it will not be time for at 12:30 to have a walkthrough. So that's the thought about leaving this afternoon.
You mentioned the Clippers being well coached, and you've coached against Ty a number of times. What sort of characterizes his teams, and then the maneuvers he makes?
Yeah, they're well prepared. He's won a championship. He's coached talent. He understands what it means to win and be prepared. He's not afraid to try something different or something outside the box. So just understanding, he's going to put his team in a position to win. And so just knowing Ty as a player, just his preparation and making sure that he has all the boxes checked, he's going to be ready to go too.
The Clippers, when they first got James Harden, lost a bunch of games in a row. Then they had an amazing stretch in the middle of the season. And then they went on this real rough patch where they're one of the worst defenses. How do you approach preparing for a team that's been so up and down and shown different things?
You prepare for the best, and then you look at when they were rolling. Not of late, with the injuries maybe they've had, but understanding we played them, I think, before they started to roll, and then we got to see them when they were rolling. So just watch a lot of video of when they were rolling and expect that that's the team you're going to face.
Coach, I understand the word X factor can be used a little too loosely at times, but with Derrick Jones Jr., you've talked about his defense. He's a capable offensive player too. Just what do you think he's going to bring to this series, just overall?
I think when you look at D. Jones, it's just his calmness. He does his job at a high level, being consistent. Looking at, we talk about his defense, but he's a capable offensive player too, in transition, and then also shooting the three, and so that and also playmaking. So we're going to need him to be able to do that on both ends.
Going back to Ty Lue a little bit, Kyrie has the history of playing under him. How much of a benefit is it to have a player who is going against a coach who we play for?
Yeah, I think it's helpful to be able to talk to Kai about T. Lue and being able to just pick his brain and understanding what he has done, in preparation for the playoffs. So it can be helpful.
Jason, you've been part of playoff runs as a player and a coach. What gets you excited? What gives you the confidence in this group that you have this season?
Yeah, I think, the answer to that question is, going through the season is preparation for the playoffs. And so to be able to go through those 82 games to find out who we are as a group at the beginning, and then with the change in the roster to be able to, go through a slow period after that All-Star break, but then to be able to come out of it. So just to understand who we are, and when things tend to not go well, we tend to get better, and we don't panic. We continue to work the game, and so my trust in these guys is at a high, and you can see that throughout the season.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
We got
Thank
Dante
you.
coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.